Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. This is our final day of this Sun and Moon special. 5 days in a row, 5 different GX decks in a row, and I would say today is the one that's most out of the norm, if you will. Like Lurantis Valplume, Decidueye, Taurus or other attackers, Umbreon Espion and Lapras Waterbugs are pretty standard. We're probably going to see all those 4 decks come into the metagame, different builds, different variations, different decks, but alas, the main idea will be the same. But this deck is based on a Japanese deck that was showcased on one of the Facebook forums a few days ago, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Like, it's a very different concept to what you would expect for a Darkrai Dragons deck. It replaces Garbodor and the Max Elixirs with a way to accelerate energy through Solgaleo GX and a way to switch every single turn so that you can have the right attacker. So Solgaleo GX, well, let's review. Cosmog, 60 HP, Dust Gathering allows you to draw a card, 1 Retreat Ghost and Psychic Weakness. But Solgaleo GX is the reason this deck can potentially work. I'll be honest, I haven't played out with this deck, so we're gonna be learning as we go, and I'm not claiming this to be the best deck, the absolute best deck, but I figured it'd be a nice way to showcase Solgaleo GX, and we'll see what happens. There are other Solgaleo GX decks, such as with Genesect DX and Scissor EX and things like that, with Volcanion sticking around and 230 damage not being quite enough to KO the stage 2 GXs. I don't think Solgaleo has a good place right now in the metagame, but we're gonna try this out, see if the other attackers can work around with the help of Soul Burst GX, which does allow you to search your deck for up to 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Now, the key word here is energy cards, not basic energy cards. So, with Soul Burst GX, you're able to find or to attach Double Dragon Energy to your Dragon Pokemon and Rainbow Energy. So, we do need to find 1 Rainbow Energy to attach to Solgaleo so that we can Soul Burst, but I figure the odds of us achieving that are very decent, especially since you don't need to attach any energy to your other Pokemon in the meantime. And I don't know, like, there might be turns where you're able to get all 4 Double Dragon Energies into play off of Soul Burst, and that immediately gives Darkrai a plus 80 boost to its damage output. So hopefully that will compensate for the loss of the Max Elixirs. We shall see. Then for attackers, we do have 3 Darkrai EX, which deals 20 more damage for every Darkness Energy in play, 2 Giratina EXs to counter the Megas to try and lock our opponents through Chaos Will, and 1 Salamence EX to punish opposing players who are using a ton of EX Pokemon. The amount of EX Pokemon will definitely decrease now, so Salamence EX and Regice and other anti-EX cards lose a lot of value because of that, but it's still worth having 1 copy, you know. And Dragon Strike is a very decent attack, especially when combined with Solgaleo's ability Ultra Road, which allows you to switch your active Pokemon with 1 of your bench Pokemon at any point during your turn, and you don't have to switch Solgaleo. Like the times we have seen abilities such as this, it was usually switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon or switch this Pokemon to the bench. But this time Solgaleo it's like one of those guys that directs a concert. He'll be like, you do that and you do that, yeah. So he gets to choose who's attacking during your turn. For support, we do have 1 Hoopa and 2 Shaman to search for our other EX Pokemon. Fortunately, they don't find Solgaleo, or rather Hoopa doesn't find Solgaleo or Cosmog, but then that's where Shaman comes in. Aside from that, we do have a very similar consistency line that we have been using. I'm not using the Kukui here, I'm favoring the 3N, and I'm using an extra 2 Skyla so that we can maybe search for the rare candy, search for an Ultra Ball, search for whatever else we need. And we are also using a Tech Hex Maniac and a Tech Delinquent to try and surprise our opponents and deny our opponent's strategies. And we are also using 2 Parallel CD. Aside from that, 4 Rare Candy, 4 Reseeker, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Trainer's Mail, all consistency cards, and 3 3 Fighting Fury Belt to increase our basic Pokemon's HP. 4 of each energy, and that rounds out the deck. And it's good to know that every single energy does count towards Darkrai EX's damage output. So that's the deck. A much faster explanation this time around because the only new card is really Solgaleo GX. The combination of Darkrai Dragons has been around for quite a while now. So let's see if we can get ourselves some good games with this deck. Yeah, like I'm featuring this deck today because I wanted to keep featuring Sun and Moon cards. I know there are other viable decks coming out of Sun and Moon, like Yveltal gains Taurus, Turbo Dark gains Taurus, Vespiquen gains Passimian, there's also Passimian Mew, there's Golduck, so all of those will be coming to a channel, but I just wanted to keep up the rate of GX based decks or strategies based more around the new cards than the older cards, okay? And we actually get a pretty decent hand. I mean, if I turn 1 Skyla for the Rare Candy, that's gonna be a little bit obvious, perhaps. We are up against an Espion deck, apparently. Fighting Fury Belt, I wonder what's the basic Pokemon that my opponent is using. But, I don't know, we should be good here. Going first is really useful. There's an Eevee, oh well, yeah. The biggest issue here is the fact that, yeah, my opponent, if he attaches a Psychic Energy, he can just KO Cosmog through confusion off of Espion GX's attack. So that's definitely not good news. Therefore, I'm gonna bench the Giratina. I'm gonna attach a Rainbow Energy to the Cosmog, and I'm gonna retreat. I think I'm gonna try. Like, if my opponent doesn't end me, I can just go for the Ultra Ball into Solgaleo the next turn. So I'm gonna try to pull that off. I'm gonna attach the Rainbow or the Dark. I generally don't know which is better. I think the Rainbow Energy is better. The 10 damage is obviously not relevant at all, and we simply pass here and hope against all hope that my opponent doesn't end me. If he does, I mean, we can still get the Solgaleo GX out, but it's gonna take a little bit more effort. There's a Psychic Energy, so immediately the Energy Evolution. We do see a Kangaskhan. So probably not the most competitive deck off of my opponent. I mean, he has competitive cards such as Espion, such as Lugia, and there's a Sycamore. Perfect. So we are going to get our turn 2 Solgaleo GX, and it doesn't matter that Giratina is in the active slot because of the fact that Solgaleo's ability allows us to switch out. Now, one big issue here, though, is that we don't have any basic Pokemon, actually, to attach the energy to. So we would actually require 2 Ultra Ball here. Or an Ultra Ball into a Hoopa, and then hope we draw another Ultra Ball off of the Shaman or the Solgaleo. Is that my best play? Okay. That might be better. Like, I don't absolutely need the turn 2. Okay, there's the Ultra Ball. Fine by me. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Dark Energy and the N. Okay, and I'm going to find, I did, yeah, there's Solgaleo. Okay, so I'm gonna find Hoopa off of that, correct? Yes. I'm gonna find Hoopa. I'm going to play the Hoopa. And now I'm going to search for 2 Darkrai's. I mean, yeah, and I guess Salamence, so that I can spread the energy around. I mean, I guess, well, I guess Giratina is strictly better than Salamence here, because if I do attack with Giratina, he cannot attach DCE to the Tauruses. So that might actually be better. And I mean, he does have 1 Lugia in play, but unless he benches like 2 more Lugia or 3 more Lugia. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm not gonna have space for the Shaman. Or, I mean, I guess I already have 1 Giratina. Ah, this is tough. Okay, Ice Skyla, Ultra Ball, away, the Giratina, and the Darkrai? Yeah, I guess I do that. Okay, so that was a mistake. I should have grabbed the Salamence and then discarded the Salamence off of this Ultra Ball instead of the Giratina, which I was just saying how it could actually be useful. But anyways, we'll make this work. I'm sure we can make this work. Gonna rare candy into Solgaleo GX, and then I'm going to bench the Darkrai, and now I get to Shaman for a brand new 6 set of cards, or set of 6 cards rather. We don't get any energy off of that. We do find another rare candy Solgaleo, interestingly enough, and what I could do is attach, if they're in the deck, which I did not check, I could also attach the 2 Rainbow Energy to Solgaleo. That's one thing I could do, and then threaten the 1-hit KO on the Espion. That's one thing I could do. That's one thing I could do. But then there's 1 energy, and then like I could attach so many double dragon energy, but then I'm risking the Espion KO. Off of the Trainer's Mail, I'm gonna grab the Fighting Fury Belt for sure. And Psychic deals 60 damage. If I have 4 energy, that's 180 damage. That's exactly enough to KO me. Ugh. I mean, do I just hope? Or I get to attach 5 energy, right? So I could attach 2 Rainbow to the active, 2 Double Dragon energy, and 1 Darkness. I might be too slow though. Okay, let's do Soul Burst. Okay, 1 Darkness, definitely going to Darkrai. Question is, the other 4 energy, do I just tack onto the Giratina? Because then I'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 200 damage potentially. Which is exactly... yeah, I need to go for that. I really regret... I don't know. I mean, I needed 1 extra Pokemon. I need my opponent to not have the Lysander KO. That's what I really need. This is the 3rd energy, and then I'm gonna attach another Darkness to the Darkrai, and that's all 5 energy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy. Right now I'm dealing 180 damage. Trainer's Mail. After this though, what we need to do is like hunt down the Eevees to prevent an Espion, or the Lugia as well, in order to prevent a Lysander KO on the Giratina, because Giratina is the only reason we will be able to 1-hit KO my opponent's Pokemon. But hey, the strategy I guess is working. Okay, the stadium. I guess I'll discard the Shaman because Hoopa is a bit more sturdy. And is it just gonna confuse me? No, he's Sycamores. Okay, so no Lysander this turn. And as long as we can find one of our last remaining energy, either the Rainbow Energy or a basic Darkness Energy. Yeah, these two discarded energy are awful. But as long as we can find one of them, one of the remaining energy, we should be okay here. We really should be okay. And he actually decides to attach the DCE to the Lugia, potentially signifying that he has a Lysander. There's another Espion. We can't even KO Lugia at this point in time, so... And I guess Lugia doesn't KO me, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 160... No, yeah, he does KO me. Lugia is an issue, guys. Lugia is definitely an issue here. And I can't do anything but Sycamore here. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. I do find the Rainbow Energy. And that could actually... Like, I could threaten with Solgaleo later on. In case my Giratina does go down. And now I'm trying to find a Fighting Fury belt, because with a Fighting Fury belt, there we go. I mean, I don't prevent a KO off of Espion, but I do prevent a KO off of Lugia's attack. So he would need an energy and a DC, an energy and a Lysander off of his 2-card hand. That's what my opponent needs to stay in this game. I'm dealing 230 damage, so actually I didn't need the energy. I forgot to take into account the base damage from Darkrai. But I've still put all the eggs in my basket. Yeah, I've put all eggs in one basket. That's what I meant to say. I've put all eggs in one basket. And my opponent actually decides to go with the confusion route, which I can't say I disagree with. I definitely don't disagree with that. And I might have to take the risk here of the flip. Unless I found my last Rainbow Energy right here, I might have to take the risk. Or I could simply attach an attack with Solgaleo GX, switch in, and take the KO. And I would probably rather... Well, both are threats actually, never mind. Both are big threats. Espion and Lugia are both really big threats. This guy has a 3 retreat cost. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Yeah, there's a Psybeam, so only 10 damage, but I do get confused. So, do I want to take a risk? I definitely don't want to take a risk. Skylying, I mean, I only have Parallel City, so using Skyla doesn't really help me. Now, the thing is, who do I KO? Do I KO the Espion? Or the Lugia? Because if he attacks me with Lugia, or if he wants to take the KO with Lugia, he needs an energy and a Lysander, but any energy. Whereas, if he wants to KO Giratina with Espion, he has to take a KO, or rather he has to attach. He has to find a DCE. That's what I'm trying to say. He has to find 100% a DCE. So yeah, I'm gonna use some Steel Strike. I wish it was only discard all Metal Energy. That would be amazing. But 230 damage, that's gonna net us one more one-hit KO here. Get our 2 prizes of that, which is a Parallel City and a Hex Maniac. Neither are very useful cards, but I'm dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm dealing 190 damage. So I need to find, off of my 16 card deck, I need to find either the Double Dragon Energy or the Rainbow Energy to KO the Espion. But if my opponent doesn't end me right here, and he won't Lysander, that's game. Because 190 damage is enough to KO Taurus on the bench for my last 2 prizes. So I can just Lysander, KO the Taurus right here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energy. That's 160 plus the 20 base damage, that's 180 plus the Fighting Fury Belt, that's 190 damage. So yeah, we should be good here. And we get to take, like, not against the most competitive deck for sure, but a win is a win, guys. I'll take the win. There's another Psychic Energy, no big deal. We get to use Ultra Road, which has definitely been super useful here. Ultra Road has definitely been very useful. And we get to switch in Darkrai, and we get to, like, I could risk using Sycamore and trying to find one of either the last Double Dragon Energy or the last Rainbow Energy, but there's no need when I have the KO on the Taurus, so I'll just take that. It would have been a little more exciting, I guess, if I tried to risk that, but I'd rather take the win with this deck. I don't know. I mean, the deck ran well. I feel like I was always one Lysander from just crash and burning out of the game. If my opponent managed to KO the Giratina, and under better conditions, hopefully you would have more, like your Double Dragon Energy spread out more, because those are the cards that actually account for most of your damage output. Yeah, because each one is worth plus 40 damage. But yeah, let's see if we can pull this off once again. We are up against a grass type and grass colorless type deck, which could be Decidueye and Taurus. It could also be Vileplume, Lurantis. So we'll see. We shall see. Why don't I have any cool sleeves on? I thought I chose cool sleeves for this deck, like the ones I always use. But anyways, it's no big deal. It's not like that affects what happens here. Okay. There's a Cosmog, there's a Darkrai, and we are going first. Yeah, but actually it's better to lead Darkrai, because whenever I do, or I'm able to find the rare candy into Solgaleo, whenever I am able to do that, I can just use the ability. Okay, so we see a Spinarak, and wow. Okay. So there's a rare candy. I'm just gonna pass here and hope, against all hope, that my opponent doesn't set up a Vileplume. There's another Spinarak, which is good news. This might just be Lurantis Spinarak, or Ariados rather. This might just be Lurantis Ariados, and there's a Sycamore. Wow. My opponent's hand was pretty bad, and he's used. Why do I not have the grass energy loaded yet? Okay, so it is some sort of Lurantis deck, but my opponent is just drawing absolutely terribly. I get this Solgaleo. Definitely very happy about that. I even topped the Salamence so that I can attach one of the Double Dragon Energy. which I'm obviously not going to use to attack with, because I don't think my opponent will be or is using any dark type, or rather EX Pokemon, but it does allow for us to pile up the energy. Okay, so no Hoopa. A Hoopa here would have been amazing. And I kind of really want to just Shaman for 6 cards here, but I feel like I might end up regretting that. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm just gonna wait a turn, and that way I can Shaman and then Sycamore to try and guarantee more energy and find that elusive rainbow energy, which I was not even going to be able to attach this turn anyways. So I would have really just been maybe wasting too many resources. There's an Ultra Ball for my opponent. Discards more grass energy, and there's a Lysander. But yeah, the really important thing here is to either be able to have enough energy to one-hit KO the Lurantis GXs, and or make sure that he can't ever get a KO on like my powered up Pokemon off of its own GX attack. So wow, he discarded a grass energy, so I'm guessing, okay, he should have another grass energy to retreat. No, so I don't know what he's keeping in his hand, but it must be pretty important for him not to discard it over the grass energy. If he somehow wins a grass energy here, he's going to really regret it. Already 2 Lurantis GX in play. There's a poison, it's not that big a deal. And he passes. Yep, I would not have discarded that energy. I definitely would not have discarded that energy. Okay, so I am going to Ultra Ball here for a Shaman because I really need the rainbow energy, and I need to see the energy count. 1 double dragon energy is prized, and 1 darkness as well. So that's not good news for us. No rainbow though, so that's good news. Hopefully we are able to find a rainbow energy off of the Shaman, but we do not. Okay, playing the Parallel City here seems like a really solid choice. Sure, he discards the Shaman, but he also has to choose to discard either Lurantis or Lugia or the Ariados. I think I would choose Ariados right here, and yeah, he does choose that. Okay, now that darkness energy, why are you not a rainbow? I really don't want to discard more energy, but I think I have to here, so I'm just gonna Sycamore. If I don't find the rainbow here though, that's gonna be a mistake. There it is. Okay, that's cool. So I do find one of the double dragon here, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bench the other Darkrai, I'm gonna attach the rainbow, and I of course use the ability and promote Solgaleo, and I'm gonna use Soul Burst here. So through Soul Burst, I'm gonna attach the other double dragon energy to the Giratina. That way they're spread out. And then I'm going to attach 1 darkness energy to this guy. That's 2 energy. Another darkness energy to this guy, I guess. That's 3. And then a rainbow energy to this guy. And then a rainbow energy to the active. That way I also have the threat of Soul Burst. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy in play. With the double dragon energy, I definitely get to one-hit KO any Lurantis GX that pops up. And as long as I can find Fighting Fury belts here, I'll be pretty okay. He uses Evo Soda, and apparently his other Ariados is in the prize cards. Now, who does he attach the energy to? Whoever he does attach them, it doesn't really matter. The right play is definitely to the benched Lurantis GX. Yeah, there's one and there's two. Okay. But even with another attachment, he's not able to KO either of my Pokemon. Salamence, I guess, has that extra HP, which is cool. And then I'm gonna Ultra Ball and just make my deck that little bit thinner. And I'm gonna discard the Cosmog, so that I want to find my Fighting Fury belts here. I really want to find my Fighting Fury belts. So I'm gonna Sycamore and find no Fighting Fury belts. Okay. Can I find one off of this Trainer's Mail then? And no, I actually can't. Wow. Okay, I'll keep the Delinquent. And I definitely don't want to play the Parallel CD towards like my side. So I'm gonna use Ultra Road, promote the Darkrai EX. Is there a way he can attach an extra energy to Lurantis GX and KO me? I don't think there is. Or KO any of my Pokemon? I don't think so. So I should be okay here. I really should be okay. There's the KO. 240 damage. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Rare Candy and Hoop off of my prize cards to completely useless cards at this point in the game. More Clutter if we do get End, down to 4, which I'm not a fan of. But anyways, there's an energy. My opponent is committing to the active and he will end. But it's no big deal because I have the back-to-back KO. So he has to choose to either only deal 40 damage, use the GX attack, but no matter what happens, see, the thing is, if he uses the GX attack, then he will be 1 energy away from KOing me, right? He has so many energy in the discard pile though. 6 plus the 3. How many does he even play? But if he uses the GX attack, and there's the victory. Yeah, I was gonna say, he really needed, he would have needed to find one of his last energy to KO my Darkrai, and of that Trainer's Mail, I could have found something useful in order to attack with something different. Otherwise, sure, I might have lost the 2 energy, but I still had enough energy, and eventually finding any energy off of my prize cards would have allowed me to KO the final Lurantis with Solgaleo GX. So yeah, pretty interesting deck. I don't think it's the most competitive deck. The decks we faced, I guess Lurantis should have put a lot more pressure since the beginning, but Ariados kind of cluttered his deck a bit. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely fun to use, and getting to, like, I'm sure there'll be games where you get to attach all 4 double dragon energy in one turn, which is just absolutely broken, you know? It's just so broken. But anyways, guys, this is gonna be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. A bit shorter video than the rest, but we'll be back over next week with the regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Pokédex, in order to keep covering all the Sun and Moon cards. But I really wanted to make the release week something special for release week. Thank you guys so much for your support. It's incredible as always. Huge shout out to all the people who don't like me posting on the subreddits. Too bad. And that will be all. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.